What's up everyone, and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today is October 8th, 2025, and we are taking a deep dive into Litecoin or LTCUSD. There is a tremendous amount of news and speculation swirling around Litecoin right now, particularly concerning a spot ETF, and the price has responded with some incredible volatility. In this video, we'll break down all the latest headlines and then jump into the charts to see what the technicals are telling us. First, let's talk about the news, because it's the main driver of this recent excitement. The big story is the potential approval of a spot Litecoin ETF, with Canary Capital's filing being a major focus. Although the SEC has missed some deadlines, contributing to uncertainty, reports suggest that over 80% of investors are still betting on an approval in 2025. This ETF narrative isn't just hype, it's being reinforced by significant institutional interest. For example, MEI Pharma is integrating a Litecoin treasury, and Canadian company Luxfolio is shifting its strategy from Bitcoin mining to acquiring 1 million LTC by 2026. On-chain data further supports a bullish outlook, with transaction volumes hitting a two-year high in September and whale accounts accumulating around 300,000 LTC when the price was near $65. This accumulation by large players suggests they see value and are anticipating a significant price increase. All of this culminated in the recent October rally, where Litecoin surged over 10% to around $118, riding the wave of a broader crypto market upswing led by Bitcoin. Now, let's bring up the daily chart and see how this news has translated into price action over the long term. We can see the powerful rally that began in November of last year, taking the price from that key $65 whale accumulation zone all the way up to a peak near $147 in early December. This initial surge aligns perfectly with the timeline of Canary Capital's first ETF filing in October 2024, which ignited institutional interest. Following that peak, we saw a sharp correction and significant volatility through December and January, with the price retesting the $140s before falling back. A major bottom was formed around $83 in late March 2025, but the most dramatic move was the capitulation event in early July. On July 5th, the price flash crashed to a low of about $56, which in hindsight was a massive buying opportunity as confirmed by the on-chain whale data. From that July low, the price painstakingly built a base, spending August and September grinding sideways, mostly between $60 and $70. Let's zoom in on the most recent price action since September 1st to really see this breakout develop. After weeks of consolidation in the low $60s, the market exploded to the upside on October 1st. On that single day, price ripped from an open near $107 all the way to a close above $115, a clear sign of impulsive buying pressure fueled by the renewed ETF excitement. The momentum carried the price to a recent high of nearly $125 on October 3rd. This $120 to $125 zone is a critical area. It acted as both support and resistance multiple times over the past year. Holding above this level would be extremely bullish and would signal a potential continuation towards the yearly highs. The major long-term resistance that bulls need to overcome is that double top area between $141 and $147 from last winter. That remains the ultimate target for this current upward wave. Now let's switch to the 1-hour chart to analyze the short-term structure. Here we can clearly see the powerful impulse wave that took us to the $125 peak. Since then, the price has entered a corrective phase, pulling back and consolidating. We've established a key short-term support level around $117, which was the low from October 7th. As long as the price remains above this $117 level, the immediate bullish structure is intact. A break below it could signal a deeper correction, potentially down to the next support zone around $110 to $112. On the upside, immediate resistance is the recent high near $125. A confirmed break and close above that level on the hourly chart would signal the end of this consolidation and the likely start of the next leg up. Finally, let's drill down to the 15-minute chart to see the intraday price action. Over the last several hours, the chart has been very choppy, oscillating between roughly $117 and $118.40. This tight range indicates short-term indecision, as both buyers and sellers are fighting for control following the recent drop. Traders should watch for a decisive break of this range. An increase in volume on a move above $118.50 could suggest buyers are regaining control for a pushback towards $120. Conversely, a high-volume break below the $117 support level would suggest that the pullback has further to go. So, to recap everything, let's go back to our daily chart. The key levels to watch are critical. Our major long-term resistance sits at the $141 to $147 zone. Immediate resistance is the recent high around $125. On the downside, we have immediate support at $117, with a stronger support level between $110 and $112. The $100 psychological level is the last major line of defense for the bulls. Now for some potential scenarios. The bullish case, which I'd give a 70% probability given the fundamental tailwinds, is that LTC holds above $117 and breaks through $125. This would open the door for a test of the $140s, especially if any positive ETF news is released. The bearish case, with a 30% probability, would involve a failure to hold $117. This could trigger a deeper correction to the $110 area or even the $100 mark if market sentiment sours. A break below $100 would invalidate the current bullish structure for the short term. The most important thing to look for is any official word from the SEC regarding spot altcoin ETFs. This will undoubtedly be the biggest catalyst for Litecoin's next major move. Please remember, none of this is financial advice. Cryptocurrency markets are extremely volatile, and you should always do your own research and risk management before making any investment decisions. This analysis is purely for educational purposes. Thank you for watching Explain the Charts. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let us know your thoughts on Litecoin in the comments below.